Okay, I'm going to try to show you real quick how I do the beeswax cloth. I've already done this section. It's all iron, melted. I'm going to peel this up. And that is coated, that has a beeswax coating on it now. And I'm not sure if you can see right here where it's built up. I used my iron as a squeegee, so there is no buildup like that. And I can push it to another section of the cloth that doesn't have the beeswax on it. Just peel this off of there. Okay, now this section has the beeswax. It will mold the way you put it. The heat from your hands will help it form. And then when you put it in the fridge or just let it go, it holds its shape. I love it. Okay, this section does not have the beeswax. Here's a little bit of buildup. I'm going to take some of my grated beeswax and just kind of sprinkle it along the edge. Like that. I got foil on an old cookie sheet I use for crafting, and I've got parchment paper taped down, and I've got another sheet of parchment paper to lay on top, and I've got a little travel iron that I got at the thrift store for cheap that I use for crafting, so I don't use it on clothing or anything. If I have to iron my clothes, I don't need them. Wash and wear for me all the way. Okay, now I'm going to heat this up. Melt that wax. You can see it melting flat. Now push it where you need it with the tip of that iron. Push it in them spots and get it covered. See, I got that section. Now this section, see, it's melting it. Looks like melted cheese. Get that melted. I can squish it around like this is my squeegee. The iron is my squeegee now. And just push it. Okay, now that section is done. Now squeegee all that extra wax off to the side because I can melt it and reuse it. And you don't even have to let it cool. Just peel that right off of there. Now that section is coated with beeswax. I've seen several different ways that people do this, and since I'm a crafter, I pretty much know the what's going to work and what won't. So you can see the dark section has the coating of wax. The light section doesn't, so you're going to sprinkle more beeswax. And I bought my beeswax in a 1-pound block for like $7 at the market, the farmer's market. And I cut off a 1/4 pound of it so I could hold it while I could grate it. And it looks like it's going to make several of these beeswax cloths that you can use like saran wrap or aluminum foil. They last up to a year. You can make little snack pouches with them. Sew a little button on them and use some twine and wrap it around the buttons. Okay, see, I'm melting that and squishing it. Squeegee and squish and iron, and it doesn't really take long to make any. I'm going to be cutting all my fabric. I use a cutting wheel on my cutting mat, and I use the pinking wheel, so it cuts it like pinking shears would to keep the threads from unraveling. Gives it a nice edge. Makes it look good. Okay, you see there? Now it's built up right here. So I'm going to pull it off. Turn it to that side. Now you see all that built up. I'm not going to put any wax there yet because I might have enough just to squeegee it to the edge and not have to add any more wax. So we'll try that. Heat the wax up first. Give it a squeegee and it looks like it's going to be just fine. And it really is that easy. It saves you money. You can't wrap everything with this like meat, but to wrap a head of lettuce or your cheese, a bowl cover, you can wrap a loaf of bread. I want to save the landfills. I'm not a big fan of cling wrap because I fight with it. If you've got spots where it's built up a little, you can either take your iron and squeegee that off, or you can take a razor, just a razor blade, and scrape it off, or a paring knife or anything, and it'll scrape right off and smooth that out. But this will, here's a block of beeswax right here. You can wrap this up. Here, fold the corners in. The heat from your hands molds it, and it sticks that easy. You know, I was a little skeptical. I'm like, God, do I want to waste my money and try this? Yeah, $7, it's worth it. And pretty much like wrapping a package, and it stays. So, I hope you try it. Save the landfills. Quit using saran wrap and, you know, foil. Cut down on your grocery shopping bill. There's just some things you don't have to buy every time. Alright, let me know if this helped you any.